What's up, everybody?
Yo.
Good
Yo.
evening, good morning, good night.
We're back. Whatever time it is. We out here live from fucking Beirut, Calabasas. You know what it is, you know what we do. We're back.
What is
Beirut,
Calabasas? You know what? We're not even going to go into the geography of this. Let's hop right in.
You know what it's about. Liverpool City.
Liverpool City.
There are strong points I want to talk about, but I know there must be some strong points you want to talk about.
Okay, no, you go. I wasn't that.
Salah pool? Listen, you know I'm a Man United boy, but that was disgraceful.
What's Salah?
The Salah pool. When they pulled Salah down, I think it was Thiago? No, it wasn't Thiago.
Somebody was on the same team.
No, sorry. Somebody pulled Salah down
Okay.
in his books. And then young club got a red card for protesting that. Didn't you see that?
Yes. Okay, yes. 100% I did see that.
But that's insane, bro. That was a stone cold foul. They give Jurgen Klopp a red card.
No, what I did see was I watched the post-game conference from both managers, and they both were in agreement that the ref wasn't calling fouls for both teams. So the two of them together as a unit, as opposition managers, both called that, look, fouls just wasn't getting called both ways. There was fouls, the ref was just letting this game run, no one knows why. So that was the argument that both of them were making.
But I saw his issue was with the linesman, because the linesman was right there. It was right there, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, yo, that's a mad bull. They literally drag him to the ground.
No, and then look, the ref was also, I think the ref was having a tough game, bro. Did you see the ref's face? Like, he didn't look like he was like a stern man. Like, it actually looked like a normal father of two, bro. He just works at 9 to 5. Like, what the fuck?
Yo.
Like, that man looked under stress, bro.
Yeah. So, it's a big game, I suppose. You know what I mean?
Game.
The ref is always the contentious things in these games, you know what I mean? But that's what VAR is supposed to be there.
No. Now you see
but
it.
how are we now?
No, I don't.
Reverting back to the fucking Stone Age of this guy.
Now I disagree with you. I'm going to now use the example of rugby. So rugby have a form of VAR, TMO, right?
TMO, yeah. I like the TMO because you can hear the ref.
Yes, you can hear the ref, but
I know nothing about rugby, just by the way.
Yeah, now listen, the important thing is, TMO is a tool. TMO is not a referee. So it just happens to be a referee sitting behind the table with the screen, and VAR
number
is
5, kick him in the balls.
Yeah,
is he? I think he did.
Now you see, in rugby, the refs ask questions like that. In soccer, it's supposed to be something similar. The VAR referee cannot overturn. They can't step in with every single refereeing call, and when they step in, it's only on a certain parameter. Yeah. So they can look for fouls leading up to goals that the ref missed, because that would be considered a clear and obvious error, because the ref didn't see it. If the ref didn't see it, so let's say if the ref did see a foul, and he thought it wasn't a foul, like he let it go. So VAR can only VAR that.
If it's like for a red card.
No, yes. So it must have been a gross negligence.
Yeah, maybe a game altering.
Yes, a game altering thing. So especially before in the build up to goals, that's why like the one against United, where it's like a softish foul, but VAR can step in, because it's possible that referee didn't see that foul at all, or it's possible that it would have influenced the game. Then VAR can step in. VAR can't just step in like that foul in the corner, like that Salah one. VAR can't step in on that, because that didn't significantly alter the game. It wasn't what's the word before, like a red card challenge. It wasn't like aggressive foul play.
There was actually no reason for them to actually take a look at that again.
Do you see what I mean? So VAR can't VAR that, because there's no game altering.
I mean the coach got the red card. I mean that's suppose.
But the coach got red carded because the coach didn't foul him. The coach was talking, and it was a build up of the whole game. I think
he said F4 or something.
No, it was a build up of the whole game. That's what it was. So he had been chatting to the ref the whole game, and now he had crossed the line. Yeah. So the ref was like, okay, that's not gonna work. Cool, you're out. So again, I don't think that, and a lot of people misconstrue VAR. Every decision, they're just like, where was VAR? Why isn't VAR?
Let's have a look.
VAR is a tool for game-altering decisions, not for general decisions. Because think about it, imagine VAR was being used for that random foul in the corner. How would we start complaining then?
Right, true.
Now, just a random foul. Another game's getting stopped for a foul on the touchline. There's like there's no chance for a goal to really come from. There's no immediate threat. Like, now we're buying this. Yeah. How long is that game going to take? And once you get so jostled.
But I suppose, even if VAR didn't have a look, I just feel like that was just like, whoa, like, it's crazy that the ref missed that kind of pull. But I suppose it had no like massive impact on the game because I mean they won the game anyway.
Yeah, and why I always like give preference.
Bernardo Silva, I think.
Yes, it was Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo Silva, yeah.
And I always give preference to referees when they are consistent. So like in this game, they consistently let the play run. So everyone's fouls wasn't getting called.
Yeah.
So that's now a precedent the referees now said, we're going to play a flowing game. And Pep and Jurgen complaining, I just honestly, when I heard it from both of them, I was just like, okay, so you should just both pussies.
Yeah.
Because essentially, they wanted the game to get broken up at these small fouls. The ref he played advantage all the time.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And they didn't like that. They were just feeling like, oh, they're not getting calls. Because both of those teams are so used to getting those calls. When their players get ran into, they just get that foul, they stop the ball, they recycle, you know?
Yeah.
But when they don't get it, it now seems like the ref is against them. Yeah. But in actual fact,
that's the curse of the supporter,
that's the thing. Yeah. And in this case, this wasn't just, I could see the argument if the ref was going for one side, but it was consistent among both. Yeah. So then that just means that's how he was reffing the game. Yeah. And we can't argue with that. Yeah. He chose a play, because imagine, you've seen those refs where they stop the game, everything. Yeah. Bro, and that like kills the
And you know what's weird? That happens in finals sometimes. Refs will just go on the streak where they'll just start handing out yellow cards like it's Christmas, bro.
Now think about that. Liverpool City, such a high energy, high intensity game, and no one got sent off. So I think the referee did well. Look at Arsenal Spurs, red. Like Arsenal Spurs is always gonna have a red. It's just like Anfield Derby, red. Like Merseyside. I mean, like it's just certain games. And City Liverpool, you have to ref a bit looser, because if you're gonna start giving cards to one, you know that other night's gonna come back.
Yeah.
You see,
then you need to just be
now
very,
you're gonna start,
you have to be very consistently like
now you're gonna have to start giving everyone cards. And now the energy packs up. Once there's 2 yellow cards on your team already, now you start shouting for that place. Must the ref, is that not a yellow? Because we then got yellow.
That's Bruno's main thing. I love it.
That you see, so it's like a rabbit hole. If you go down, I think the ref did well. Yes, he got some calls wrong, but it was a very entertaining game to watch, because there was a good pace to it.
For me, I personally don't think it was that entertaining, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
But he allowed the game to run. He allowed soccer to be physical. He allowed it. You know what he almost did? He turned the clock back on soccer for like 20 years. When I watched the game, I was like, he turned the clock back 20 years. And we were just watching an early 2000s game.
I think it's like just booting each other.
Roy Keane is just double booting Patrick Vieira. And it's just like,
Xavi Alonso because you're flying kick and it's alright.
We just get out and we go, you know. That's kind of what it was. But because soccer's become so soft, that's why those coaches, do you think Fergie was going on like that? In the Arsenal, they were scaling, but not for every fucking little foul. Bro, if their man gets tackled, why did you lose that ball? Why did you let him kick you? Why did you go kick him back? What's it?
Do you know what's funny? The fact that Trent got mixed.
Well, no. Trent allegedly has an injury.
Oh,
he does not say.
I didn't get that. I just saw his in the bench and I was like, suspicious.
No, because that's the same.
I wonder if the coaches are watching our videos.
No, yes, it is a slide in the Arsenal game already. Because I'm going to tell you, Martinelli, right, Trent, roaming the
Trent has not been doing well.
I'd say Trent, but that's say Maguire is, man. Now we all watching. And
don't do it. Don't bring him there. Don't take him there.
No, it's the same. No, it's the same thing.
It's the same place to be.
It does that to a player's head. Now everyone's watching it. It's a stigma. And you're just going to catch them more.
You're going to catch them more.
I actually think you need as well. Bro, when you're in that dark space, you need to be taken out.
All eyes on you, bro.
No, you need to be given 30-minute spells, just simple tasks, just like you know. Let the boy play.
Let the boy play. Let him get his like confidence back. But I don't think his confidence was broken like that much. I don't think. Look, he was defensively like at fault for some goals, I think. But I don't think he plays bad. Trent. He gives you something in the team that no, not many right backs can actually give you.
I hear you, no? But you know what's concerned me with Trent is when I watch Trent, I see someone that is not keen to defend. I see moments in the box, no? Where the opposition have the ball in the box. He's maybe 5 meters away. Not enough to make a challenge now, But the passage of play then continues for 10 seconds on from that. But he's been standing still for 5 seconds. He's just been doing that jog for like 5 seconds, not doing anything. And then he realizes like, if I had ran initially, we could have stopped this. Like if he had even ran 2 seconds later, he could have possibly influenced it. But he did nothing. And then when he did act, he didn't get there.
And I also see when they have him like ISO, like let's say top of the corner of the box. ISO in that position for Trent is bad. I've seen him ripped up most times from that position. So if he's ISO 1v1 in that, he either they take him inside, they go outside again, or they just like go inside. I've noticed. Or in that case with Odegaard, that pass that he kind of missed. Odegaard was kind of coming from that side, you know what I mean?
No, Odegaard was coming.
Oh, he was coming inside. He was
from the right
inside.
Martinelli was coming.
Martinelli was coming from that side.
Yes.
And then he ISO'd it there in that space, in that little channel there.
And also like with Trent, I see a lot of the time. So when Liverpool were playing well, I always saw it when we played Liverpool. Martinelli would always rip Trent.
Yeah.
But Martinelli would beat Trent, and then Hendo would be right there, or Matip would be right there, and then we would have there would always be a 2-on-1 on Martinelli.
Yeah.
But when we played them this time, I saw Hendo's now also out of form. No? There's no one to cover for Trent, because remember what we all said, it. Trent's not the greatest defender, but the rest of his team defends for him well. The rest of his team defends well, and that's why he can kind of get away with it. No?
Yeah.
The rest of the team isn't defending that well at the moment.
That is true.
They're trying a new formation now. Did you see also they play?
I didn't see the new formation.
So now they play 3-1-2-4.
3-1-2-4.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Oh yeah. So basically.
Three at the back.
Yeah. No. Sorry. No. I fucked it up. So 4 at the back, two in a double pivot, a cam, and three up front.
Yeah.
You see, or they play. Instead of that, they then play a 4.
So who's playing the double? Because Fabinho and Henderson kind of do the same thing.
No, so at the moment, in the game against Arsenal, they played Hendo Thiago.
Yeah.
You see, and then Thiago basically moves the ball, and then in the Arsenal game, they played the 2 strikers up top.
Yeah.
So basically, the one would sit in the pocket and then like join to make a 2 sometimes.
Yeah.
But in that system, there isn't that much cover for Trent, and a lot of their players are out of form. I'm just telling you now, Trent, I've been watching him get torn up by Martinelli for years. This was
bro, the prophecy is
no, it's not the prophecy, bro. It was bound to happen. Yeah. It's like, if you put a glass at the end of the table and you've bumped into it 3 times, the 4th time you're gonna bump into that glass is gonna.
You walk with your phone out in Delping now.
Bro, if you walk with your phone out in Delping.
2 days, 3 days, maybe not, but 4 days, 5 days.
Happen.
You're gonna get cut up. They're gonna take everything. You're gonna be cow.
He was. And with Trent in the last time we played, this game, Trent couldn't. Gomez isn't much better, I'll tell you that.
I like Gomez.
I
like Gomez over Matip. I do like.
But Gomez is not like the backup right back.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
because he's quick. He's kind of quick. He's kind of quick.
No, but look at fuck Liverpool.
Yeah,
10th in the table.
Yeah, but I'm glad they won. Anyway,
I'm glad they won. Thank you.
So listen. I'm gonna give you an option. We can go into the United game, and then we can talk about Greenwood. Or we can talk about Greenwood, and then we can go to United.
No, let's talk about Arsenal.
You're always fucking does this.
Here's my argument. The Arsenal thing is gonna be 2 minutes. I'm gonna tell you now, we don't have a lot to talk about. Okay. United thing, we got a lot.
Okay, yeah, there's deep diving there. Okay,
there's a lot to talk about. The Arsenal thing, 1-0 against Leeds. Bukayo scored. Yeah. Tell you now, my friend. Every single god on this planet, Buddha, all of them above, they were on Arsenal side. My G. The skin of our teeth. So we score early.
I didn't watch the Arsenal.
No, I watched bits of the Arsenal game. I couldn't watch the whole game, unfortunately, but I was paying enough attention, and I watched like the full highlights also. And from what I was seeing first off we were like doing decent, but second half there's people moving back. So first off we scored the goal, liquor vibes.
Good goal from Saka?
Good goal. Very good finish. Questionable by the keeper. What's happening? It's like he just kicked it, he blasted it high near post. Like keeper just did that, they do that fall thing.
Yeah.
Smack you. What the rubbish?
When they shook because there's too much power on the ball. I look, it's hard to be a keeper as well.
But at your near post. Saka was so far out.
The golden rule is don't get beat at near post.
Saka was so far out on the right, like he only had one place to put the ball. It was obvious. He couldn't go across you. There was not enough.
So he cut in and then he did that near post.
No, Odegaard. So you see the same ball Odegaard played for
Martinelli.
Yeah, but just out wider, like on the edge of the box. So he was between that small box and the outside, like the byline. So he was quite wide and he scored it.
And that was quite late, no?
No, it was early in the game.
Yeah.
Early in the game, like 27th minute.
Dude, and there was a penalty call, I think, at the end.
That's
of
what
the
I'm
game.
about to tell you.
That's where I came in. I came at the end about the penalty, when the penalty call came in. I was like,
So-
please, Mr. Referee, come on.
So, no, before that, they did get a penalty for a handball from Saliba.
And they missed
And
it.
Bamford missed it.
Missed it. What a fucking joking he is.
I love it. I
Oh
love
my
it.
days.
To be honest, Ramsdale had it covered. Ramsdale hard committed that side. He would have had it.
I knew you guys gonna win when they missed that penalty. I'm not gonna lie.
No, yeah, it was clear. It was clear. And then what happened next was the incident. Like when I saw it go happening now, because now at this point
That was the handball.
No, that was the handball. And then at the end of the game, in the 92nd minute, when I saw Bamford run into Gabriel and Gabriel fall, and he started doing Spider-Man with his legs, I buried my head in my hand because I'm like, oh my god, he's off.
To the shadow realm he goes.
my god, he's off. And it's the most. And Gabriel's getting a reputation now.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised it was him.
He looks like he could have he looks like he could have a record. I'm not gonna lie.
Gabriel has a few major key. Like, do you know those Harry Maguire moments where this was just a madness from one
They
side?
don't put that on him, bro.
I'm
It's a
telling you,
voodoo.
he's got
I'm
the-
warning you.
he's got
You're
the
playing
madness
with powers that you are not aware of.
Look
Don't
here,
put that on
he's
him.
got he's got a crazy moment here.
Yeah.
And look at this, so unsolicited. There wasn't pressure on the ball, nothing. I watch it back in the replay, and I'm like,
Did he fall? Did he
no.
fall?
So Bamford pushed him over, and then he took offense to that. So when he got up, he like tried to flee. You know that leg thing when they
Yeah,
push
when
you
they
and you
fly,
like
yeah.
kick out a
The
little
fly
bit.
of the leg, yeah.
So it was a kick out. He kicked out, and I'm just like, you.
You
absolute
You're gone, bruh. You're
And
gone.
bro, I'm begging to the ref. I'm telling you, because the linesman told the ref. And I'm like, Mr. Referee today. I was literally.
But that must have been
begging
really late. What
him.
was
It's the
that?
92nd minute.
92nd minute. So what if he did go? Oh, but I was in the penalty box.
It was in the box. It was a penalty. It was a red and a penalty given immediately. I saw a red card get given and a penalty pointed to.
Yeah.
It was done now.
Yeah.
It's done now, fam.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what the fuck am I watching? Like, this was an implosion. There was no pressure on the ball. They weren't being down on goal. We were playing the ball around at the back. This happened. We had the ball. Ball was within our possession. This happened now. They had a penalty from us having the ball. Mad. And
Calamity.
Look at bear in mind, they were coming at us in that second half. That's the hardest Arsenal's been.
So wait,
faced
so
with
wait,
this
so
season.
what, is that the Bamford penalty?
No,
Must-
Bamford
must-
had missed the penalty already.
I didn't see that second penalty.
So then the second penalty happened in the 92nd minute.
And they must have again.
No. And then Mr. Referee to go check on his
No!
fam. Went to go check on that young
And he
kid.
busted it and the pin.
Bruh, Bamford got a yellow.
Time fucking travel, bro.
Bro.
You would have been chunky.
Bro, I couldn't
Snooted
believe it. Because the thing is that Gabriel, in the video you can see Gabriel's like set up, he's not making an action to him, he's just kind of like standing. And then Bamford, you see him ball up the shoulder and bulldoze him over. Mr. Ref, hi, Mr. Ref. Once I saw that, once I realized that's the vibe they're going for, I didn't think it was enough. I thought that's a straight red for Gabriel. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a red card every day. But when I saw it, the refs could have potentially, so because I saw them keep replaying the impact moment, and I was like, ha.
We might get Clippers put it up, but it depends. We don't want to get
No,
copyrighted.
we're gonna get copyrighted.
Oh, we're gonna get copyrighted. We're not that.
We're gonna get fucked up.
We try so hard, we try, but it's difficult. It's hard out here, bro. When they don't give a fuck about our small channels, they'll copyright us. They'll take our shit, bro.
The ref comes back. He takes the red cards in his hand, out, pulls
Yeah.
out the yellow, Bamford in his post.
It just.
Bro.
Oh, it's crazy.
We Tootsie slide away.
Yeah. But you see, that's see when it rains and pours, when things are going good, things are going good. You know what I mean? You make your own luck again.
You make your own luck. That's a good saying.
You make your own luck, bro. So like just the fact that you guys are in that situation and while they hadn't scored earlier, you know what I mean? You make your own luck. So we.
Bro, we look 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I could have never in my wildest dreams imagined Arsenal played 10 games and we've only lost
It's
one.
a very ominous, bit of games you're playing here. It's
Just-
actually trippy, like,
just-
oh, Arsenal are just not losing, yo.
Arsenal have 27 points from 30.
That's crazy.
From 30 potential points, we have 27 of them.
Not in my lifetime.
Right.
I have never seen
It's
it.
the best start
I
Arsenal
may
made.
have.
No,
I
it's the
may
best
have.
start
Way back,
Arsenal's
way back.
ever made. Ever in 166 years.
Really?
And
Yeah.
the cool little stat, the only team, no? So when we were 9, this was the stat. The only team to ever win 8 out of their first 9, and not make top 4 was Arsenal. And then the only team to have won 8 out of 9 and not win the league was also Arsenal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we have it, but no one from this point on has not made top 4. No one from 9 out of 10.
It's hard to believe that you guys win. It would take a massive collapse. That being said, we had this conversation last season when you guys were in a very good spot. So let's not. I think you should maybe not take the position for granted.
No, I don't think
There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work.
There is still ground, but if I look
like
at
your
the
top
main
players
thing-
could get arrested. I'm just joking, but just crazier things has happened, you know.
I hear that now, but the way we're playing, the togetherness in the team, I really do think they learn from
good
us.
group of youngsters. That's all.
100%. It's
I
a
don't
quality
see
group.
any ego problems there.
No, there's no ego.
I
I'm
don't
telling
see any
you, these
ego.
boys work for each other. You know, after every goal,
It's a working class
like
team.
bro, like sometimes they like fuck celebrations. They're in a huddle. They're in a huddle here now. You just say, nice, talking about the cup we got wrong here. Just like we just scored, celebrate.
So I think
This
the
niggas-
blind clap.
That niggas are just calling a huddle here. But since we did bring up arrests,
So we're going Greenwood first.
Mason first. Obviously, we're going Mason first.
So
Yeah.
Mason charged, bro,
I love it.
with fucking attempted rape. Suspected of doing I might be getting
Bodily
this wrong.
harm.
Bodily harm.
Assault with
Assault with
doing bodily
doing
harm. Yeah.
bodily harm. Controlling behavior or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Coercive behavior.
Controlling and coercive behavior.
My G, you're done now, fam. I love Mason. I don't know how he beats us.
Yes, no.
I look. You know what is crazy about this whole event?
Yeah.
The fact that it now brought such conflict into like minds of supporters because look, this is our boy. You know how much this boy meant to us. He was our generational talent in our hearts.
I know.
Now he gets popped for this. The evidence is so goddamn damning.
Okay, wait. Before we go into that, for those that don't.
Yes.
know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So basically, in every team, every supporters team is to have a youngster that comes on and he just becomes a club
Yes,
legend and he just becomes outrageous. And there's something about a youngster doing it.
Yeah.
So and someone
Football fans
like
are
18,
pedophiles,
19,
bro.
20, we pedophiles.
We pedophiles, bro.
when
We
the
love
youngster
youngsters
comes
that
and
come through.
There's like through our academy specifically.
Yes.
And
A homegrown talent.
A homegrown talent.
There's nothing more.
And I also think
funny, bro.
this was a rare twilight
Oh, bro.
extinction level event where so many top clubs were blessed with
Yes.
god talents. at
Yes.
the
One
same time.
god talent, and they were all
Everyone got
English.
the
Just
English
English
youngsters. So
contingent.
Chelsea got Foden. I mean, City got Foden. Chelsea had Mount. Arsenal had Saka and
Yeah,
Greenwood. And
And
out of
yeah,
and
City
out
got
of the
Foden.
four,
So you said
and out
City
of the
got
four, yesterday.
And who did Liverpool get? Fogo.
Spurs
Yeah,
never.
nothing.
Harry Kane's about it. He was their generational talent. He's going now, so
Yeah.
don't worry.
But
And
yeah.
So basically, there was a time when they were all competing. Saka was coming up. Foden was breaking through. Mount was because in the beginning, if I were to rate it, Mount was on top for the. He had the brightest start.
We
followed
all
by
have different
Saka.
ratings to
Yeah.
this. Just
So
to
so Mount had the brightest start. Saka then came up with Foden, but Saka got a bit more hype. And then out of nowhere emerged Mason Greenwood. And I'm gonna tell you now, terrifying young boy. And then he just shot to the top of all of them. He was so good, so quickly. He looked like a 26-year-old winger. He
That's
looked,
what you do, bro.
Bro,
And
he
between
was
the
just-
legs, cutting between the legs, shot left,
left,
right.
right, bangs them, and it was terrifying to play
Oh, God,
against him.
terrifying.
Like he was by far the most direct and technically gifted winger they had.
He definitely the gaps in his game definitely got exposed.
Decision
as-
making.
Yes, decision making as he went through, but he was still our boy.
No, he still had
He was still our boy.
in terms of raw talent, and ability. He was the highest.
Buckets
of-
on us, yeah.
No.
He had
No,
buckets
buckets on the four, on the prodigal kids. He was the most out there, raw talent amongst them. Saka has quality decision making. Foden's got crazy technique, and Mount's just got this
He's
weird
Mount.
ability.
He's just
This
his
Mount.
Mount,
He's
bro.
got like
He's
that
Mount.
Lampard.
He's got Lampard. He definitely
That's the
reminds me of
perfect.
Lampard.
So
Very solid all around game.
Yeah.
Yes, he meant Saka and Foden have the decision making, I think.
yeah,
But
but
Mason never
never
had.
and
But
then
Mason had that just weird instinct about
no,
him.
he was just a killer.
He was just a
He
killer.
was a killer. I could see him putting up 40 easy.
I suppose that comes with the trade-off, maybe.
No. But look
Man, it's a
and then-
brush, it's Conor
and
McGregor
then-
would say.
And then in January, it came, there was leaked pictures from his girlfriend's hacked phone.
Yeah.
They leaked a video. It was quite compelling.
Just damning evidence.
It was so hard because there was audio.
Yeah.
And the audio was like of him.
Perfect.
It was a really bad audio.
Yeah, just did bad audio. It was something I thought, look, in my mind, I'm like, yo, this, but obviously
There's-
this is in my mind. And I was just
there's no
hoping
way
like
out.
there's a way, maybe he
There's
didn't
no
do
way
it.
out. There
was no way out.
And a lot of the times
just-
in this
just
cases,
really
eh,
conflicting, dog.
you
Yo.
generally want to like give the person the benefit of the doubt. You know, like
It's hard.
you try to be neutral, eh? Because you're a fan, you love him, but you don't want to overshadow the victim's pain.
Also your values as well. This is fucked up.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
It's such a
this
big
is-
social talking point.
GBV happening.
Bro, and it's like so prominent in our country. So we are so super aware of it. But you saw the talent.
Yeah.
But when I saw
And
the
that fucked
footage,
you up a bit. And that was wrong. That was wrong.
but,
that was wrong.
but I
definitely.
can understand that I, as an Arsenal fan, saw it. So I can't imagine that. Like, I'm so connected, and football fans won't understand it because you need to love soccer to have it. You know, like the link you had to get in. If Saka goes for any reason now, like my heart will be destroyed because he's just the one. You
And
know,
then we had such a Olympic season as well.
like their season was going bad, and the nail in their coffin was losing Mason.
And so basically that happened in January.
Yeah, and now let's fast forward now.
He was on the
bail.
police bail till the court case or something. Or
Till
they
they
were
built
gathering,
enough
they were
evidence.
building evidence. Now he's been charged.
Now it's been charged as a real
With
thing
whatever
now.
we said there.
Yeah, all of that matches, and that's
All of
not
that.
small things. Eh?
That's not small thing.
That you can't like get community service.
He'll have very good lawyers, but his career and he might be he was denied bail as well.
Did they get an apple?
Yes, he got denied bail though.
I heard that he tried to contact her, but that seemed to be conflicting.
He's a Mason is a mad dog. He's had history with things
stupid
before.
decisions.
Stupid decisions. There was a pattern. I just didn't think he was that mad. But I still hope he for the best, but I think it's a horrible situation. Part of me thinks he should go. I mean, but yeah.
I know exactly what the other part of you is thinking.
Yeah, it's fucked
The
up.
other part of you
It's
wants him to
horrible.
tootsie slide out of the
It's horrible.
situation.
It's horrible. Bro, but
And
think about
go on
it.
with his career.
Try and maybe like, oh.
And that's where the conflict comes in.
Yeah.
Because if it was anything else, like say for instance it was tax evasion, I would be like, Lord, please let us put tootsie slide.
Yes.
You know it would be
Or if it
fine.
was anyone else, say, okay, let's say it was a person that you didn't have like he wasn't that guy, you would think, send him. Full send him. You would say send him.
Send him to jail.
Send him to jail, 100%. But because he had that fame and that, you know what I mean, it's fucked.
And
you know?
and it brings the same
That's what
question.
fame does. That's what fame does.
Look, all I'm saying is that I think on the whole situation as a whole, because you can't even cop a plea out of this.
Yeah.
Because he has to fight it. Eh? He has to hope that the charges get dropped or he gets found not guilty. But with my eyes, that's quite damning.
Right.
Like what I've seen, you can't talk. I don't know how a judge is going to interpret this as not. Because remember, it's victimless crime prosecution. So she doesn't even need to come forward.
Yeah.
They
They gathered the evidence themselves.
Individually.
She didn't press the charges.
Yes, and they state, the Crown as they call it, has the ability to subpoena her to testify against him.
Oh, fuck.
That's any country, because now you're obstructing justice if you don't testify.
Yeah.
You must testify. You can like say you don't want to
Royal
say
Crown,
anything.
fucking whatever
But
prosecution.
Do you see? So it's like I don't see a
There's
way
layers
out
to
for
it.
bro.
Me also, and even if he managed to get out of it, it will be a travesty. It will be a big thing.
That's the thing.
And also, how is United gonna play make it afterwards?
And I don't see a way in today's world that someone can get away with that. The only
But
reason
he
we're
would
having
be
this
getting
conversation,
away.
he would be getting away with it.
That would be that's get out of jail
No.
free card for you.
No, like the behavior,
Yeah,
was
it's
it's so
crazy.
shocking. Like
the fact that he was saying those things.
he deserves to. His
That's
counter
be
is
careful,
BDSM.
be careful, be
No,
careful, be
It was
careful.
his counter was now it was like BDSM. I don't think that was BDSM.
I mean,
I saw the pictures, I heard the audio. It was bad. It was bad. And people like that, unfortunately, we don't have place for that in society, you know?
yeah. Regardless of how famous they are.
And regardless how important they are to you, it's a hard pill to swallow, I'm sure, for you, because, like we said,
Yeah.
we're speaking as football fans, you know, we're not trying to open up the whole gender-based violence debate, but as a football fan, from that side, it's sad to see it go, but the law must take its
I hate to
course.
see it. But,
And now from this point, I think that the best thing to do is leave it to the justice system. Because if he gets found guilty by the justice system, that's it. If he gets found innocent, that's it.
I don't think it's gonna be.
No, I know not, but
It'll be a crazy backlash because
it will be a crazy backlash. But if we can't take a not guilty verdict from the law, where's our line there?
Yeah. How can we take a guilty one then?
Exactly. Because now we're prosecuting. So I say leave it up to the judicial system and let the people that know about this deal with this.
Yeah.
If he is guilty, he will be found guilty. If he's innocent, he will be found innocent. I think that's the safest way to leave it.
Yeah, bro.
That's the best spot to leave it.
Yeah.
Leave it to the courts.
Very tricky subject there.
No,
It's
it's a tough one.
Yeah. But anyways, United. Fuck me.
You're shit.
United fans.
You're shit.
Okay, wait. Let's just run it back for a second. Let me just be. We gotta be real, United fans. We love our team, and we talk shit, but we do know that we are not a good team. I know it. And I know many United fans know. We know we are not a good team, but we'll. You fake it till you make it.
You fake it till you
Fake it till you make it.
Definitely.
Definitely. So look, this is gonna happen. At least we didn't lose. There were some horrible misses from Fred and Rashid. You know what I mean? There were some misses. And the CR7 thing. Oh, it's difficult. As you makkelijk, bro. As you makkelijk.
Every time CR7 will come forward, I'll basket.
And the fact that when they subbed him, he was really upset. I'm like, bro, but he's 37 now. You need to you're 37, dog. You are a great player, but you gotta handle the forward with grace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta know. Look, you can't play the whole game, so I'm not gonna sub you. Oh, I just miss Martial so goddamn much.
It's almost like that's why I always respect the person that chooses to leave before they fall. Because when you're in the fall, I saw the same thing with Wenger. You love them so much.
Yeah.
But it comes a point where it's hard to deny the facts. Where you love them so much, where you can't almost criticize them, but there is criticism in order. And they've done so much.
Nobody's above it.
No one is above it, but it was the exact same thing with Wenger out. It broke my heart to see it happen. I love Arsene Wenger. This man could technically be my father, the love I have for him. And he had to go.
Yeah.
Ronaldo is not a fit. Ronaldo wasn't a fit the moment you bought it. Like I said.
And look, I always deny that. Because I love that fairy tale. I love it, bro. I love it.
I call this exact path.
I wish him a heart. He just turns it around. He just proves the naysayers wrong.
No,
he's scoring shit games.
No, but
that's the thing. But it's so difficult to see it happening.
And that's what I'm telling you. The goals won't compensate for it. Because he scored goals last season. And look what happened. The goals isn't going to compensate. And I said it. The overall play will suffer. And I don't know, are you a passing team now? Are you a crossing team now? What are we doing? Anthony can't cross for shit on his right foot.
Anthony can cross. He can't cross on his right foot, but Anthony can cross.
He can.
You put up a few good balls.
Yes, but that's on his left foot. He has to cut in, so it becomes predictable.
He does have in my opinion, he has a wonderful left foot. 100%.
No, he's got a wonderful left foot.
But he's still quite raw.
But he's got a brick over right, and he is still quite raw. But the price tag is obviously going to be expectation. That's 100 mil winger.
It's 100 mil. But these days, everyone is
no. So the same gloves we treated Grealish with, you're treating Anthony with.
True. And you have treated Grealish quite harshly.
And I treat, that's my thing. I believe I'm a lover of football, and your price tag for me, unfortunately, will always play a part. I can't overlook it because I understand. To me, I just wait of this is life-changing amounts of money. You know what 100 mil is in South Africa? Bro, that could solve so many problems.
But you don't have to go that deep.
No. That's the thing. That's how deep it is. We need to be able to quantify the amount of money and understand. Yes,
think about Coutinho.
Yeah, no, Coutinho. No, and Coutinho has suffered. Coutinho has served. Coutinho is a failure.
Do you really think?
Coutinho was an absolute failure. He was a
failure. For the price tag. It sucks that these price tags could make or break players these days. But I suppose that's kind of like the way of the footballing world.
Because if you are going for 100 million,
but look. You also can't be too harsh on United because United are bad at these deals.
No,
United have to. There's a tax. You need to admit that there's a tax on your players that United buy. if United
No,
for a player,
no, I disagree.
bro, we always gonna have to pay an arm and a
I
leg.
know, I disagree with you. Do you know what the tax is? You guys go for players that aren't accessible. So like we bought Zinchenko and Jesus, we paid 40 mil for each of them. But if we had gone for Jesus in City with a 4-year contract left, we would have had to pay 100.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't in the team, we were going to pay in excess of 80 million. So you're going for first team players, you aren't going for savvy buys.
Yeah.
You're going to go and buy solutions.
Hollywood signing.
And when you buy solutions, when you buy players that are deeply under contract and stuff, you pay a premium. You paid 80 for Casemiro.
Did you pay 80 for him?
You spent 80 for Casemiro.
60. Just 60, I'm sure.
You paid 60 or 80 million for Casemiro.
Yeah. Just 60, but it was quite a lot for Casemiro.
But do you see what I mean? Like, if you had gotten Casemiro for 40, at age over 30 and stuff like that, and he was still like in his prime, Casemiro is reaching the end of it. You can see it. He's still, that cross he gave, Jesus.
He still got the taking but he does get skinned sometimes.
He gets skinned and he doesn't have the mobility.
He doesn't have the mobility. And obviously he's adjusting to the new league, but definitely gets skinned a lot. I've noticed that.
That's the thing, eh? And his mobility in La Liga, you can get away with having less mobility because it's not as high paced. The Premier League is frantic. If your midfield is slow, like look at Matic. Matic was quality, but Matic could just get overrun. Yeah. And I thought
that's why they like Scotty so much.
Yeah, because Scotty's got the engine on him.
Yeah, he can run, but he doesn't have that technical savviness.
Now you see Casemiro's got good take as well. His passing is STL. Like, you see he's got everything he needs, but his physicality is kind of running out. Yeah. And you need an engine. He's like you bought a second-hand motor. Yeah. So quality.
But look, that's what I mean in terms of we don't make the best sign.
No,
we haven't for a while.
And that's not down to tax. That's just down to player in contract tax. Yeah, you had to pay for Anthony because if you bought Anthony at the beginning of the season, it would have cost you 50. But they just sold their entire team. Yeah. They had a day to find, not even a day.
If you had bought him earlier, it would have been way cheaper.
It would have been 60, 50. Like, definitely. But you must also understand, you left them with less than 24 hours to find a replacement for their star player. Yeah. Wow, what do you think you're going to pay? Like, why are you surprised?
Premium. But look, that is down to decision making. That definitely is down to decision making. And I try not to put that price tag on the player too heavy because I've seen what it does. You obviously as an opposing fan.
And United, it's a price tag FC fan.
100%. But look, he's done really well for me. I enjoy watching him play. I haven't been too disappointed with him. In the last game, definitely he got outpaced a few times. He had some bad life for
the Is he like
He's not fast.
That's not
fast. He's not fast.
He's just like Sancho.
He's
they've got like a good burst.
He's definitely like Sancho, but a bit faster than Sancho.
Because Sancho can like dribble at his highest speed with the ball, and I think that makes him look a bit faster.
They're more controlled, like technical dribblers. Like I see he does this like ball dribble thing where he moves, so I think that's pretty cool. I like that. That's just like little things that you
like Bukayo isn't the fastest also. But he's got like solid.
He's a technical dribbler.
Yeah, he's a good technical dribbler.
Like Rashi, not a technical player.
No, not at all.
He's a speed fraud. He's an athlete. He wants to get you, maybe give you a skill, but he wants to get past. He wants to run and gallop. Gallop, bro.
Okay, let's talk about the performance. Overall, I wasn't impressed. It was as usual. It was one of your blander performances. I have no idea.
But we created so many chances.
I don't think it was. Yeah, I wouldn't describe it as so many chances.
At the free chance.
No, but you see, for me,
and the Rashford chance at the end.
No,
those are chances. Dude, but see, 2 chances to put them away.
But why are we still struggling with 2 chances?
Exactly.
Like what?
Sometimes in a game you only get
2 chances. That is true, no? Yeah. But he's a cuck because he's only gonna get 2 chances.
Yeah, we as a team don't create many chances. You guys are creating more chances now. I've always struggled to create consistent chances.
Like against Arsenal, you basically created 4 chances and you scored 3 of them.
Yeah. So that's why it can be it's on and off. If you score those few chances, make good game. But if you don't
Now you see that. Now that's for me.
We're playing that, you know, that half crescent.
I love it.
We're moving that ball,
I love it.
and we're just never getting
I'm
in.
gonna tell you now, my favorite United football to watch is your Arsenal.
Oh, bro, every
I
time.
love it.
Harry Maguire was the king of
Of
it.
the Arsenal.
King of the
Side to
Arsenal.
side,
Side to side to side. We just yeah, we comfortable, boys. We good.
We good. No one can touch us.
And then they score against us, and then we wanna fucking get erratic, which is crazy.
But I just think the whole thing at this point, United are look. You have such a good basis that you could qualify for top 4 easily from here.
Yeah.
So I don't think you have been doing. In essence, I would have liked you to be doing worse. But everyone around you is not doing great either.
Yeah.
So
That's true. That's working in our
yeah,
favor,
like everyone around you is also inconsistent, so you can kind of get away with it because, like, if I think of it logically, like you have been bashed up this season, you have been bashed up.
Yeah.
You just got a couple of beatings, and
2. We lost 2 at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then 1 outside, and then against City. So just 3 now.
yeah, so like even like look
We had
at that.
we had a bad loss earlier in the season.
They've played 9, won 5, drawn 1, and lost 3, -2 goal difference, eh? But when you're not drawing a lot of games, you can survive when you draw games.
Yeah.
That's when you go.
This is our first row.
Your first draw. I looked at it before the weekend. That's why I was excited for.
We're in a horrible situation.
That's what I'm telling you. You still have 16 points, and you are 11 behind Arsenal with the game in hand.
Yeah. That's
So-
a lot actually.
So it
the
turns
fact
into
we just emphasize that. It's
no,
like,
like
yeah.
it turns into
So you have played 10, and we only
yeah,
played
we played
9.
10.
Okay.
But you must now know at the end of this game week, now this midweek games, Arsenal and City are not going to play now midweek.
Yeah.
So Arsenal City is going to sit on 10, and then everyone else is now going to continue.
Mm.
You see, so your game in hand is going to be caught up now by midweek.
So if you can win that, we can get to 19. Instead of Chela.
Yeah.
Who's Chela playing?
Chelsea is playing. I know you saw playing Spurs now on Wednesday.
Oh, I
And
love to
And then
see
you play
it.
Chelsea Sunday or Saturday.
Oh my
Chelsea's
goodness.
playing Brentford, yeah.
So if we're playing Spurs and Chelsea.
You play Spurs and Chelsea.
Ooh, the force. May the force
Spurs,
be
Chelsea,
with us.
and then West Ham. Spurs, Chelsea, West Ham.
That's a big 3 games for the Devils.
It's definitely it's a massive little spell. It's definitely very important. We know you're gonna bash Spurs up.
Nah, look, the thing is, I've noticed with United when they.
I know
in
Fulham's
these-
gonna be a tough game for you, but
When they're in these spells, they somehow tend to do well when they have big teams like after each other.
Yeah.
And that's weird. It's a United thing when there's big teams. And I'm saying this now, we get bashed up by all 3.
Before your
Put into the grave.
before the World Cup break now, you get it's Spurs, Chelsea, West Ham, Aston Villa, Forest, Fulham. Like from there, how many points you spend? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. Out of that,
I'd say get 3.
okay, so Spurs, Tottenham. Let's just say if you get 3 points or not. So Spurs, Tottenham, that's a 3 points for me.
3.
Let's say you get 1 from Chelsea. That's 4.
Maybe, maybe.
West Ham could be a draw or win for me.
Yeah, could be a draw.
So that now we're on 7.
Let's go worse. Let's go. Not the best case.
Yeah, so let's go draw there. You can draw the West Ham game.
I think we could beat Villa.
No, you definitely beat Villa. So now you are on. So we said that you beat Spurs. You drew Chelsea. That's 4. That's 5. That's 8. That's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah.
I'm saying maybe that's a draw. Fulham at Craven Cottage.
I'll give you the draw, but then I'm
Yeah.
taking the 3 with
No, you're definitely getting the
I'm
3.
taking
They're
the
bottom
three.
of the table. Do you see? So you do well, but there is some points to be dropped. That's a very hard run. I won't
Let's
lie.
check the Gunners.
No, the Gunners have a way easier. Let's first check cities.
Okay.
Because I think City, I'm not actually sure who City still have to play. So they get Brighton, they get Leicester,
It's not a good university.
they get Fulham, Brentford. Oh no, City's gonna run through all of them boys. And most of those
So he's
games
gonna
are at home.
train on these teams, bro.
Bro, okay, I think the Brighton game's gonna be their most difficult game.
Brighton, my boys.
But they're at home. Spurs also doesn't have
Spurs is
the,
us.
yeah, Spurs is us. Newcastle, Bournemouth. Oh, they still get Liverpool. Oh, that's a beautiful one. So they still get United and Liverpool. Okay, and then Forest.
No, wait, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I don't even know we're gonna bash up Spurs.
You're still gonna bash
I
us.
think Spurs
play
will
such
bash us up.
cuck
I'm
boring
not gonna
football.
lie.
Spurs play so cuck boring. They just sit back, they defend. If they get the goal, you're done for.
Yeah.
Then they're just gonna defend forever.
You got Arsenal fan?
Well, Arsenal, I know we beautiful.
Oh, crazy. to get from.
Yeah, and then Southampton. This is a tough game. I'm very worried about this
Come
game.
on, it's not.
No, if we're gonna slip, it's gonna.
You
Arsenal
said
so bad
Chelsea.
against Southampton.
Okay, so Arsenal, and then you get Nottingham, and then you get Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Chelsea's a lot of big games. Chelsea's going through trials.
Chelsea. Chelsea can go one
Get up,
way.
man.
Chelsea's having a tough time, and then we get Wolves just before the
I
international.
think
break.
after these 5 games, we're gonna see like the real shape of the thing.
Yeah, because basically that's the halfway point.
I think that's gonna be the
So
real
we'll
shape.
probably be at about 15 games, and then we'll get a solid shape. We'll see who's pulling away where, but all of those gaps can be breached so easily. Like draws is what kills you. Draws kill you, bro. Definitely. But yo, we've had a long.
I like that
we've been
because
chatting.
yes, absolutely we do.
We've been chatting.
We've been chatting some mad tea with the boys.
100%. Much love, G's. You know. Like
Until
and
next
subscribe.
time.
Yeah.
Until next time. Hit us up some comments.
Yes, sir.
Give us some love.
We spoke a lot.
Watch
tonight.
the whole video, motherfuckers. Peace
Love,
out.
G.